Most people run away from conflict, especially those who are introverted. But conflict should not be something that people want to avoid. In fact, we need more people with the right personalities to deal with conflict. In this video, we'll look at the 9 reasons why you need to risk conflict as an INFJ. First, you'll grow when you risk conflict. In order to grow and develop, you must risk conflict. When you are willing to challenge yourself and others, you learn and improve. You also become more likely to see things from different perspectives, which can lead to new insights. For INFJ, this comes with a few benefits. First, it can help us expand our thinking. Second, it can force us to confront our own biases and prejudices. And finally, it can make us more resilient when faced with difficult challenges. By facing conflict head-on, we learn how to manage difficult conversations and navigate difficult relationships. We also develop the courage and resilience needed for success in any area of life. So if you're looking for ways to grow as a person, risk conflict. Second, you'll bring perspective. There are several reasons why INFJs may be more likely to risk conflict in order to provide context and understanding. First, INFJs are often extremely insightful people who can see things from a variety of perspectives. This allows them to develop a more comprehensive understanding of the situation, which can be beneficial in resolving conflicts or solving problems. Additionally, because INFJs are typically introverted, they may need to communicate their insights and ideas in order to get others on board with their plan or idea. Finally, because INFJs place a high value on authenticity and integrity, they may feel compelled to speak up when they believe that someone is not living up to their expectations or ideals. Third, INFJs are often very intuitive, meaning that they have a deep understanding of people and their emotions. As a result, they can be very good at sensing when something is wrong or needs to be fixed. When they see a conflict, they may feel a strong urge to help resolve it. This can be a great asset when working with others, as INFJs are often able to navigate difficult conversations and understand people on a deeper level. However, when the conflict is too difficult or involves personal relationships, INFJs may feel overwhelmed and unable to handle it. INFJs often have a deep understanding of people and their emotions, which can make them good at sensing when something is wrong or needs to be fixed. When they see a conflict, they may feel an urge to help resolve it. This can be a great asset when working with others, as INFJs are often able to navigate difficult conversations and understand people on a deeper level. However, when the conflict is too difficult or involves personal relationships, INFJs may feel overwhelmed and unable to handle it. In these cases, it can be beneficial for them to risk conflict in order to gain context for what is happening. By doing so, they can better understand the situation and hopefully find a solution that works for everyone involved. Fourth, it will turn out way better than you think. There are a few reasons why INFJs might feel compelled to engage in conflict. Firstly, we often overestimate how well things will go if we stay passive. We believe that if we just wait things out, everything will work out in the end, even when this may not be true. Secondly, INFJs often have a strong belief in the worth of human life and its potential for growth. We see conflict as an opportunity for understanding and growth, whether that means learning something new about ourselves or someone else. Finally, INFJs often have a deep-seated belief that doing what is right is its own reward. Even if our efforts don't result in immediate satisfaction or success, we know that doing what is right is worth it in the long run. Fifth, you have good things to say. There are many reasons why INFJs should risk conflict to give context. First, INFJs often have a deep understanding of people and their motives, which allows them to empathize with others and see the world from their perspective. This ability can be incredibly valuable when trying to build relationships or resolve conflicts. Additionally, INFJs often have a strong sense of justice, which makes them passionate advocates for those who need it the most. Finally, INFJs are often natural leaders who can help motivate others to take action in pursuit of common goals. By risking conflict, INFJs can help create a more equitable and just society. 6. You'll preserve your personal integrity. When you consider why INFJs should risk conflict, it becomes clear that preserving personal integrity is key. Conflict can lead to growth and learning, and it can help us better understand ourselves. It can also help us grow closer to others, which is an important part of our interpersonal relationships. In fact, research suggests that people who are able to openly and honestly face conflict are more likely to enjoy strong relationships. So, why would an INFJ risk conflict? The answer lies in the fact that it can be a powerful tool for growth. When we confront challenges and learn from them, we become stronger individuals. And in order to grow as individuals, we need to be willing to take risks, even if they may seem risky at first glance. 7th, INFJs are often very creative and innovative. They often come up with unique solutions to problems that others might not think of. However, because INFJs are so creative and innovative, they can also be very sensitive to criticism. When they are criticized, their feelings can get hurt very easily. This can lead them to avoid conflict or confrontation in order to protect themselves. In the long run, this can lead to stagnation in their careers and relationships. Therefore, it is important for INFJs to risk conflict in order to give their ideas and proposals a fair hearing. If they do this, they will be able to develop stronger relationships and careers. 8th, INFJs are often very loyal and protective of their friends and family. They will do whatever it takes to help them out and make them feel safe and comfortable. INFJs often put the needs of others before their own, even if it means risking conflict. They are often very loyal and protective of those close to them, and will do whatever it takes to help them out and make them feel safe and comfortable. This can sometimes lead to INFJs getting into conflicts with others, but it ultimately serves the greater good. INFJs are able to see the bigger picture and understand why things need to be done a certain way in order to protect those they care about. 9th, INFJs have a strong sense of identity, which can make them fiercely independent and resistant to authority figures who don't respect their personal autonomy or views. INFJs are often highly independent and resistant to authority figures who don't respect their personal autonomy or views. This can make them a difficult person to work with, but it also makes them very passionate and committed to their beliefs. They often have a strong sense of identity, which can make them fiercely protective of the things that matter to them. This can make them arrogantly unwilling to compromise on important issues, even if it means conflict. However, in the end, INFJs are usually very principled and honorable people who are willing to give everything they have for what they believe in. 10th, INFJs are often considered to be the problem solvers of the personality type world. They're often sought out by companies and organizations because they have a knack for finding solutions to complex problems. INFJs are often sought out because they have a knack for finding solutions to complex problems. They often have a deep understanding of why things are the way they are and how to fix them. This makes them ideal candidates for positions that require problem solving, such as management or engineering. However, there are also many INFJs who choose not to risk conflict in order to maintain harmony and avoid upsetting others. This can lead to INFJs feeling isolated and unsupported, which can be damaging both mentally and emotionally. For these reasons, it's important for INFJs to be willing to risk conflict in order to give their best effort.